Welcome to session 7 of the 7x7 video series for understanding and applying the SFS. At the very end of the previous session, we introduced a qualitative companion tool and discussed the importance of mobilizing both qualitative and quantitative strategies and developing a soup-to-nuts, evidence-based approach to our work in chaplaincy. In this, our final session, we'll discuss that in more detail. Let's get started. In section 7 of the resource book, you'll see a single entry that is a single page in the section. There are 5 blue circles connected by arrows which demonstrate flow. Similar to the OODA loop of the Marine Corps planning process, you'll notice that the flow cycles interminably. That is, this graphic is depicting a process that never ends. In theory, evidence-based programming of all kinds should always be challenging their original assumptions, gathering new feedback, aligning to new and changing realities, and strengthening processes. Some organizational leaders call this phenomenon chasing CQI, or chasing continuous quality improvement. The top circle in the model in section 7 of the resource book is labeled Align. As we mentioned way back in session 1, optimizing the use of the SFS is going to some extent depend on undergirding your existing services and programs with the 3 core attributes. Thankfully, as we described in session 2, the 3 core attributes we're measuring with our SFS subscales align remarkably well with traditional chaplain roles: the provision and facilitation of religious ministry, character development and moral leadership advisement, challenging meaning-making and coaching related to purpose, relationship enrichment and building unit cohesion, training to cultural sensitivity, etc., etc. If you decide to incorporate the SFS in your context, the 3 attributes can serve many roles. They can help your leaders, peer professionals, and service members more coherently understand what the work of spiritual fitness and performance actually is. By providing crisp, measurable components, I can't tell you how many of our partner chaplains say they've most benefited just by getting on message with the core attributes in their commands and clearly articulating the alignment of the various facets of their work with one or more of the core attributes. The attributes provide some chaplains with headings for their unique quad slides and staff meetings. What am I doing to address each core attribute? And then spiritual fitness overall. 3 + 1 = the quad. In this way, unit members get used to thinking about spiritual fitness and performance in the light of the 3 evidence-based core attributes. And a clear touchstone for meaning and understanding about spirituality in the unit is formed. The next blue circle, moving clockwise on our graphic in section 7, is pre-assess. This is one of a number of phases of the model which might look quite different from context to context. Essentially, once you've aligned, that is to say, your outlook with the 3 core attributes, and articulated this alignment to key leaders and unit members, now is the time to gain feedback from a sample of your total community in order to drive your decision-making process about local programs and services. Feedback from a unit sample can help you choose which kinds of programs and services to offer in the upcoming months and years, and even how to prioritize them, and how to ensure that they're optimized for your particular community. Perhaps the best way to do this involves focus groups. It's beyond the scope of these videos to discuss the proper setup of focus groups, including how to carefully choose your type of sample, how to recruit focus group participants to serve as that sample, how to create the kinds of questions for the focus groups that will best yield strong, actionable qualitative data, how to facilitate the process in a way that will maximize the efficacy of the data, and how to analyze themes to develop useful conclusions and strong advisement products. You can actually reach out to our team for some guidance on all of that, and I'll talk about how to be in touch with us at the very end of this video. But for now, suffice it to say that a series of focus groups that represent a total of 5 to 7% of your total community, and which balances new SFS scores with good qualitative input, can yield powerful information that you can use to both successfully tailor your work in the unit and also defend the costs and time commitments associated with your work. In other words, the more your work is built on rock-solid feedback from the community, anchored with the evidence base, the easier it will be to justify your spiritual fitness and performance budget, and also to create space in the training and operations schedule for you to operate effectively. The next blue circle is something we've already touched upon. Program proposals should flow from strong pre-assessment, and that sets you up for the 4th circle, moving clockwise, of course. Assessment of programs and services to defend and articulate return on investment. Here's where your isolated subscale strategies for the SFS might come in. And as always, if you can pair numerical reports of growth with themes from narrative feedback you receive, articulating return on investment will be a breeze. Again, our team can help with creative running assessment strategies and also return on investment articulation strategies if you're looking for any help with that at any echelon. Now we've come to the end of our 7x7 series. I hope this has provided a sturdy introduction to the SFS and answered some questions you might have had about where this product came from, how best to score it, how it can be used optimally in your own context. On the final page of your resource book, you can find a copy of my email address and also a series of peer-reviewed articles that probably don't provide any practical information about the SFS that we haven't covered here, but they provide a little more depth than what we've covered here, just in case you are interested. Thanks for watching.